We have very good companies here, companies that can absorb the type of capital that becomes interesting for many investors. Many times I've heard that there aren't companies that can absorb 100, 200, 300, 500 million dollars in private capital, but there are. I know many of them. So I think that's one. I think there's a narrative issue that we collectively need to work on in showcasing the types of companies that can absorb the type of capital that's ready to be put in the market. The second is I believe that there needs to be more conversations between the capital providers. So for example, we're working on national food security programs. There is a world in which we bring equity, debt, carbon, and subsidy to a government and ask the government to create an enabling environment for us to roll out a food security program. It would be interesting if those capital providers spoke to each other and came up with solutions that catalyze the market. So donors or subsidies or results-based financing facilities, all the same, can play an incredible role in catalyzing the public and private sector with government support. And there's this sort of coordination problem that we're playing as the private sector, and I'm not necessarily sure that we're the best person to coordinate that or the best entities, because it often comes off as salesy, that we're only doing it for ourselves, whereas we're trying to catalyze it for a sector. So I think there needs to be a sector leader, or there needs to be sort of a collaboration of funders, or someone to step up and coordinate different types of capital, because it's all there. It's just an allocation challenge. And I believe if we can figure out the allocation challenge, we can start seeing a lot more movement in Kenya.